Last time we cobbled together this stone generator, made a tree farm, and built ourselves a storage warehouse to keep everything in. And this time I want to make everything function better, look better, and also I want to sort out my food source, because I don't really have one. The other thing I'd like to try and sort out today is the fact I've only got 3 types of wood to my name. And I want more. So buckle in, prepare for some derps, and let's play some create mod. I don't normally do a title screen for my videos, but I needed one to fit with the end of the music there. Anyway, I just want to get rid of some of these planks that we placed last time and replace them with something that looks a little bit better. While this clay and sand is uncovered, I'm going to grab a bit of it because I don't have much of that. Now I've replaced those planks with dirt, and this is my cunning plan for what to do with the stone. I'm going to use this moss block that I found in a shipwreck, apply a bit of bone meal, and it looks a lot better. And in order to get myself some more bone meal, I'm just going to use the standard composter setup that we'd do in ordinary vanilla Minecraft. And what am I going to compost? Well, I've got way more saplings here than I'm ever going to need, and the tree farm's going to keep producing more anyway, so let's compost some spare ones of these. But that's enough vanilla mechanics for now. We're playing a create mod series, and that means we need to do some create mod stuff, and we've got some quests to complete. So first I'm going to make a clipboard, and we'll find out what that's useful for later in the series. Well, I hope we will. You can probably hear that it's pouring with rain outside, so while I'm safely indoors, I'm going to complete this quest. And here we go then, goggles acquired, and these things are pretty useful because when I'm wearing these I can look at create components and see how much power they are using. So if I come out here and look at my millstone, I can see that is using 128 stress units of power. And my water wheel over here is producing 512 stress units of power. And let's complete some more create quests, shall we? I want some oak logs, bit of redstone, and one of these things. And together that means I can create a cart assembler. And that means we're very nearly finished with this section of the quest book. To complete it, I just need to make some windmill sails, which I can do now that I've got some wool. And that means we can start to look at this section of the quest book. And this is where the deployer is. You might remember we talked about the deployer last time. We're going to use it to automate our tree farm a bit more and plant the saplings behind it. But it looks like the key to this bit of the quest book is this mechanical mixer and basin, for which I need to craft a whisk apparently. That's going to use up quite a bit of iron, but I think we can do it. And with the mixer and basin in place, the next thing I need to make is a blaze burner. Before I do that though, I want to sort this mess of a machine out and see if I can automate the production of these iron nuggets. So let's break this large cog to stop the machine. And now I can rip it all apart before we put it all back together again. And a couple of hours later, this is what the new version looks like. You can see we've replaced a deep slate in the cobble generator with glass so we can see what's going on. The cobble is now fed straight into the millstone where we grind it into gravel, and the gravel is fed along that conveyor belt you can see there where the fan washes it, and that turns it into flint and iron nuggets. And from this angle you can see how we've put the cogs and belts together to power it and get the timing just right. And after leaving that running for a while, I've finally got enough iron, so let's pop over here to my crafting table and turn that into ingots. And then we want to flatten those, and then we can finally make our blaze burners. But that's only half of the quest completed because what we've made is an empty blaze burner, and we need to make an actual blaze burner. But I don't feel anywhere near ready enough to go to the Nether and tackle some blazes, so I'm going to do a bit more exploring. Back at base where it's pouring with rain again, and I've realised there's something I can do with all that flint that my machine is producing. And to begin with, that involves borrowing my mechanical press from in here, and I'm going to plonk it down out here. But I don't think I want it quite there. I'm going to move it round the corner nearer my outfit. I think this is going to be a better place for it, and I can link it up to this gearbox right here. Next I need a bucket of lava, and I'm just going to grab this bit that I was using to expand the island with. So I'll chuck that in, and then I'll just grab some gravel and some flint from this chest, and we throw those into that basin as well, although it does help if you actually get it into the basin. And that should set the mechanical press going. It's a little bit slow and we might sort that out later on, but we get an advancement, and what we also get is some andesite. Now to make this sustainable, I'm going to want an infinite lava source, and for that I'm going to need some dripstone. I don't have any of that yet, so let's go looking for some. Well, I didn't find any pointed dripstone, but I did find some dripstone blocks next to this stuff, ochre, which looks quite nice, so I'm going to grab as much as I can. But as there don't seem to be any dripstone caves underneath my island, I'm going to go back to the other islands I've explored, and sometimes you can see dripstone caves from the surface, so I'm going to have a quick look around and see if I can see any. And the answer was no, I didn't see any, but I did manage to find a tiger biome, which means we've now got some spruce saplings. So if nothing else, we've managed to get 2 more wood types in this episode. Well, as I can't seem to find any dripstone, maybe I should get back to that blaze burner quest we were working on. And the advantage of having the map and a fairly high render distance means I can have a good look around without actually having a good look around. And that dark patch on the map to the south of me looks like it could be a nether fortress. Let's have a look and zoom in. Yeah, that's a fortress alright, so at least now I know where we need to go. And basically it's off in that direction, but I don't fancy making my way across the surface, so I'm going to head down the stairs, turn right and start digging a tunnel. And I found my first bit of ancient debris. Nice. Well, I didn't get very far of that tunnel because I ran into a massive pocket of lava, but that's given me an idea. And that starts with this branch of the quest book where we need to make copper casing, and I think we can make that. All we've got to do is strip the beautiful texture off of these birch logs, and then click on them with these copper ingots. And there we are, we've created copper casing and entered the copper age. And that means we can now make ourselves a fluid tank. And eventually we'll be able to make ourselves a steam engine a bit like this, but we're not quite ready for that yet. But what we are ready for is this. There's my fluid tank with a whole load of lava that I got from the Nether, and that gets pumped into our basin here so I don't have to keep filling it up manually. And on the other end we've got a drain that we can pour our buckets of lava into when we've gone to get them. Now this is all very well and good, but it's a very small scale thing, isn't it? After all, it's only breaking 1 block of cobble at a time, and it's doing it pretty slowly. The other thing is, I know there's a lot more we can get out of a cobble generator. Oh great, here comes the rain. But anyway, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by the weather, there's a lot more we can get out of a cobble generator than just iron nuggets, flint and gravel. So part of my plan for this episode was to decorate this thing and make it all look nice, but actually I'm now thinking this is all just a temporary solution to get some of the resources I need to make a much bigger and better version. But before I get onto that, I want to do something that I did plan to do in this episode, and that's to sort out my food supply. And there we are, so it's the same design as the tree farm. It's essentially Bruno Danoy's crop farm as per his tutorial. I've got a mixture of crops in there, mainly potatoes and carrots, but a few other bits and pieces as well, just to give us a bit of a variety. And it's already producing. And I guess that means we could get rid of our manual crop farm over here, but I quite like the look of it, to be honest, so I might just keep it for aesthetic purposes. But certainly both of these farms could look a little bit better, so let's see what we can do about that, shall we? And I think that's looking a lot better. So for our vegetable farm over here, we've been stacking up the vegetables into these crates, and essentially that's what I've got as decoration all the way around, with a couple of pumpkins chucked in and some overgrown spruce blocks. That's these green leafy bits. And for the tree farm, I've just covered it in spruce. But enough procrastination, we really have got to do something about those blaze burners. And I figure if I can't get to that fortress via the Nether because all that lava's in the way, then I can go the long way round and get there via the overworld by building a portal in just the right place. So I've looked at my map in the Nether and I've worked out what the coordinates are, and that's why I'm scrolling through this map of the overworld to work out where I need to put my portal. And the answer is going to be somewhere in this region here, and I'm really intrigued to see what this round lump of tuff is. It looks really odd. Well, the answer to that question is that the round circle of tuff is just a round circle of tuff. And I've decided I'm going to go and build my nether portal in that village so I'm away from all these pesky seagulls. Oh, it looks like we've got an iron golem coming to visit. Want to come with me to the nether, sir? Of course you do. Come on. Oh, okay then. Maybe not. How are you not going through the portal? I don't understand. Never mind. Okay, we're in the nether. That echo makes this place sound even more scary than usual. And I'm not wearing any gold, so those guys are gonna hate me. Whoa, on this side of the portal doesn't look very plod friendly. I don't want to be falling down there. I'm gonna box the portal in so at least it's a little bit safer for the next time I spawn in, and then I'm gonna go and find some gold armor so that I can at least walk past the piglins safely. I don't want to be dying to a piglin today.
Okay, well listen, don't tell us what's gonna happen though, because I like to be surprised.
Okay, let's go back in. Oh, is that what I think it is? Yep, it is. The iron golem has made it through. Now I'm wearing a gold helmet, so I should be relatively piglin proof. And I think the nether fortress should be roughly in this direction. Well, I thought it would be over here somewhere, but this is just a big empty space that seems to go into a soul sand valley. Let's turn back. Oh, wait a minute. What's that? Yep, that's definitely a bit of fortress, but I don't want to jump down to that because I won't have a way back up. But now that I know it's not too far away, I'm going to head back to the portal and dig down to it from there. There we are, nearly there. What? Ow! What was that? Well, I've no idea what that was, so I'm going to have a sneaky look at the map to try and work it out. There's a ghast over there, and... wait a minute, what was that? A drop bear? What on earth is a drop bear? Well, let's see if I can get a look at it. It certainly doesn't sound pleasant, does it? But I think it's over in that direction somewhere. I can't see anything though. Ouch! Run away! Okay, it's really close to me now, but it seems to be moving away a little bit. If it's watching the other door, I'm going to try sneaking out of this one. Oh, okay, there's something hiding right by that corner, did you see it? Well, whatever it is, it doesn't seem friendly, so I'm going to give it a tap with my sword. Oh, and I completed a quest. I wonder if it's called a drop bear because it drops really good things. Oh, apparently not. Okay, I've mined down to the nether fortress, and if I break in, hopefully we'll be able to find a blaze. Oh, look at that. As soon as I said the word, there's one right there. Right, I've got my empty blaze burner, and I think I just right-click on the blaze with it, and that should be what I need. Oh, well, that didn't work. Let's try again. Ouch, it got me, but I got it. That's the main thing. Quest completed. But we've still got another blaze burner, so let's see if we can get another blaze. In case you didn't figure it out, I was trying to line up the crossbow piglin with the sword piglin so that they would fight each other, and it didn't quite work out. But what did work out is that I could complete the blaze burner quest while I was at my home base, and that meant I got another blaze burner to put in storage, so no matter what, I've got one. But retrieving the one I made from my corpse shouldn't be too much of an issue, and that's what I'm doing right now. I really do like the corpse mod, it really does make dying just that little bit less painful. Here we are, this is the guy that killed me, and there's my corpse. Just in case he thinks my corpse is a kind of chest, I'm gonna block him in before I get my stuff out of it. And here we are, let's transfer all that stuff back to my inventory. And with the blaze burner quest completed, the next thing we need to make are some brass ingots. That involves using our blaze burner to mix some copper and some zinc. I knew we'd find a use for it, so we'll pop a blaze burner down here and a mixing bowl on top of it. Then we just attach the whisk thing on top of that. Then with a water wheel and a bunch of cogs, we've managed to get that turning. So I can chuck some fuel into the blaze burner, and then throw my copper and zinc into the bowl, and then absolutely nothing happens.
You wanted to do that, didn't you?
It's fine, it just turns out that I needed to speed everything up, and now it's all working, look at that. So I just need to get the brass out of the mixer, and there's the quest and the advancement. Lovely jubbly. And now that I've made brass, there's lots of brass things that I can go on and make. Starting with rose quartz, which actually isn't brass at all. And we polish that with some sandpaper to get the imaginatively named polished rose quartz. And with that done and the brass quest done, we can finally move on to the moment we've been waiting for all the way through this episode, and that's making a deployer. First we need to make a brass hand by squashing some brass into sheets. Then I need an electron tube made from a flat iron sheet and our polished rose thingamajig. And putting it all together, we get our deployer.
We knew you could do it!
Back at the tree farm, I want to stick a load of deployers onto this side. This is to plant the saplings as it goes around. Ouch. Just need to stick it all together with some super glue, and then I want to filter the deployers to make sure they're placing saplings and not blocks. And just to check it works, if I put a bunch of saplings in the chest here, then we should see them all being planted. Just like that. So, having sorted out our cobble generator a bit, we've now got an infinite food farm, and we've got a fully automatic tree farm. I might have mentioned something about making everything look better, but I'm going to leave that for another episode. Instead, having got into the copper and brass branches of the Create Mod quest book, we are really close to finishing off that whole thing. So let's see if we can do that, shall we? It turns out I missed one quest. That's done it. We've completed an entire page of the quest book, and that means we are ready to scale things up. That's what we're going to be doing next episode, and I'm looking forward to it already. I hope you are too. See you then. Bye!